Hello, this is Yazan, and trying to show you how to do the project for phase 2. So the first requirement was you need to construct histogram for data on 5 variables for 1 year, and for a total of 5 histograms. So I'm going to show you how to do one histogram for one variable over 150 countries and group them, and you guys can take it from there. Let me open my data. Okay, this is my data. Okay, first rule. This should be the data from your project phase 1. So always copy the data, just in case you kind of ruin it. So move or copy, move to the end, copy, okay. And I will hide the original, just not to bother me. Okay, call this data. Okay, so 150 countries, I'm using all the countries for 1 year. I need just 1 year and for one indicator. So sort and filter, I want to filter first of all my indicators. I want to pick one. So for this time I'm gonna pick population in large city, for example. Okay, and I want to pick it for 2010. So shift, oops, I'm sorry. 3 variables, country, the indicator I need, and the year. Push it down. We'll copy this and take it to a new sheet. Call this 1.1. Okay, so we have one country, one indicator, and the population. Technically speaking, I don't even need the indicator, so we're gonna delete this. Okay, so I have country. Well, we have some missing values here. So let's pick something other than 2010. Sorry. Okay, let's delete this. I need something that does not have any missing values. So let me scroll up. Let me hide this. When I take 2009, copy it, go to new sheet, name this sheet 1.1, paste. We don't need the indicator. Okay, so countries, and have the year. And now I want to insert a pivot table. Make sure that the data is selected right. I want to keep it here. Put my pivot table this side. Okay. So now I have 2 variables, the country and the 2009 data. So the country will be the values because I'm going to take the count of the countries. And the 2009 going to be my rows. And now we have the row and the count of the country. Count of countries, I'm sorry. And now over here we group them. So let's see. Start at 0 and take me all the way to, how much is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 10 million. And I want it to be grouped by a million. 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Looks nice. Okay, and then we just want to create a histogram. So we'll go to Analyze, Pivot Chart, pick the cluster column, and now you have your data. Now, of course, you have to change the title. You can eliminate the distances, I mean the gap. Oops, what did I do? Where did it go? Okay, format data, the gap to be 0 to make it a histogram. Make sure to put the borders to be able to see its solid line. Get it black. Okay. Now this is your histogram. As easy as that. Just copy this and put it in your PowerPoint. Please make sure to change the title. The title, the axis titles as well. And this is it for this part. Okay, a histogram for one of your variables, not geographic, because we want to see if it changed. And all 150 countries across 30 years. So we're gonna pick like a year, for example, 1970, and then pick 2000. I don't think my data has that. No, actually, I can make a between 1980 and 2010. So let's go to the data. Oops, that was the other solution. Let me go to the right file. Okay, so this is the data. Control home. Okay, I have country, indicator name, years. So let's bring back, for example, let's be okay with 2009, and I'm doing also for the population largest city. Then I'm hiding all these and pick 1981. It's not exactly 30 years difference, but just, this is just an example. So make sure that there's a 30 years difference between the two groups. So I have country name indicator. I don't really need indicator here, but it's okay. Let's keep it. Chose these 4 columns. Copy them. Worksheets. Call it 2.1. Control. So the cool thing about copying and pasting from table, that when you copy a portion, like if you hide something and you copy and paste it somewhere else, it's gonna only take that shown data. It won't take the hidden data in consideration. So countries, I actually do need. No, I don't need the indicator here because 2 years for the same indicator. Just leave more space. And now I want to insert a pivot table on the existing worksheets. So over here, click OK. Okay. So first I want to do the 2009 data, right? So 2009 on the row, country name of the values, make sure it's count of the countries. And now when I want to group this, and I have to group both of these in the same grouping. So the same thing from 0 to, what was the last time? 10 million, I guess. 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And it's by 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, going by a million. Sweet. Okay. So this was for 2009. I'm going to do the same for 1981. Insert pivot table, same thing, existing, and I want it over here. Okay. 1981 on the rows, countries on the values, same thing, grouping. 0 to 10 million, grouping by 1 million. Awesome. Okay, so I want to copy this. You can just, you have to change the titles. Just make sure to change the titles. So I'm going to take this, copy it, and I'll put it over here. You can change the titles. What was the indicator? I forgot what was the indicator. It's population of largest city. So this one could be population in largest city. Then here, number number of countries. What's wrong? Okay, number of countries. The same, I just want to copy this. Come on. I want to copy this and put it here. Okay, number of countries here for, what was the first one? 209. And the second one, I just want to copy this and put it as a header for the second one. And here it's 81. So we can see that there's differences, some differences. Did I do it right? Yeah, this is 91, this is 91, 81, I'm sorry, and this is 09, 09, awesome. Just want to now create a histogram, so highlight the whole thing, or just part of it, doesn't really matter. Insert, and I want bar chart, and then modify it. Then you can modify it to, I don't mind keeping gaps in this, but you can still modify it. Let's try this. Slide trick, this is 0, what happened? Okay, this is 0, nice. And this format. So there's gaps between the groups. So what if we increased the overlap? No, did not really work for us. Okay, so the overlap 0 as well. Awesome. So 0 overlap, 0 gap, and now we have your histogram. Change the title, put the axis titles as well, and this is the 2.1 part. Part 3 is, I remember that part 1 you have to have 5 histograms, and for part 2 you only have you only need 1 histogram. Time series for 5 variables across 30 years for 10 countries. I would choose countries that are close to each other if you were choosing population, so the line chart won't be really weird kinda. Go to the first one. I want to unhide those columns, so unhide them. I'm not gonna pick the population largest city because obviously there's missing values. You don't want to have this in your data. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick population density. I hope okay, nice, no missing values. And then you wanna pick only 10 countries. So unselect all of them, and then pick countries that probably will be close in density, like Brazil, Bulgaria. I don't know if Canada is a good idea. Egypt, for example, France, Germany, Greece. India is probably a very high dense country, so I'm trying not to go there. See, Israel. Oh, Jordan is here. That's nice. But I think Jordan is a small country, so. And Israel is too. So let's pick Italy, for example. Mexico. New Zealand, small country. Nigeria, that's a good idea. Pakistan, for example. Peru. Romania. I don't know if I have 10 countries or more. Now let's see. Probably. Hit OK. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. Add 13. Let's unselect some. Oh, we're gonna get rid of Italy. Mexico. just Nigeria. Okay, so now I have 10 right now, and I have this indicator, and I'm going for 30 years. So Control Shift to the end, Control Shift in. We call this copy. New worksheet. Call it, for example, 3.1. Control V. Now I pasted all the values. We don't need the indicator just to leave us more space. So I have countries and I have the data over 30 years. So what to do? Well, simply go insert, and you want a line chart. So this is my line chart. Awesome. Looks interesting, huh? I wanted to change where the legend at, make it to the right. So legend, I want to make it, put it to the right. Awesome. Oh, I can see my data is going from 2010 till 1982. So kind of going the other way. I want to reverse this. So let's see. Format Excel categories in a reverse order. Now mine is looking fine. It's from 82 to 2010. Okay. And you can see the data now. Like you can see which country. Pakistan. This is Pakistan. It's like growing in an enormous way from 1982 to 2010. Like the density of population is going very high. Germany is kind of stable. Most of the countries are, except Pakistan. So this is interesting. So change the title. I don't know if other modification is needed, but it looks fine. So this is for 3.1. Okay, last part is we need, so make sure for part 3 you need 5 separate charts. Guys, I'm only doing one just to show you how to do it, and I'm sure that you can take it from there. So you need 5 scatter plots, and for 5 different charts, 2 variables, all countries together. You have to plot variable 1 versus variable 2, one on the x-axis, the other on the y-axis. Include descriptive. Include descriptive for each variable. Like, what do you find from this relationship? Are those like kind of correlated, or there's a relationship between one variable and the other? And see the other video as well. There's more about the deliverable itself on the other video I posted as well. So let's go back here to my data. So 2 variables, all countries. Let's see. For 1 year. Right? Right. Okay, so all countries. I want to select all countries, or just clear filter, clear selection. And the indicators I want to pick, I should pick now 2 indicators. So I will pick food production, for example, and livestock. Probably, like, if you produce more food, you would have less livestock. Or maybe if you have more livestock, you would have less food production. It could be true, it could be not. I would assume. So let's see if this is valid or not. So now we have it, country, indicator name for 2010, for example. I'm now going to choose a different year, like 2004. So let's hide those. And I want to pick country, the indicator for 2004, and pick all the data. Copy them and paste them in a different worksheet. Call this 4.1. Okay, so we have indicator, country. We can delete indicator here because we have 2 different indicators, and we're trying to plot the relationship between those 2. Okay. So first of all, we're going to see insert pivot table and make sure that this is the right data or the right range of cells. Existing worksheet, okay. And on this one, I want the 2004 data. Oops, I think my computer froze. Okay, so going back to again to the last part. So I want the years to be on the rows, the indicator to be on the columns, and then the countries on the values. And I want here to have it's the counts. That's right. Then we want to group these. So it goes from 77 to 117. So let's see this. This is the lowest value is 0. So we can start from 75 all the way to 125. Group them by 15. Can we do this? Well, let's increase the number of groups. So group 10 sounds better idea. Okay, awesome. So now I have on the rows groups, and now we have the food production and the livestock. And I want to figure out the relationship between those two. So I'm going to copy this, put it over here, or you can even, sorry, let's copy it with the title as well. Put it here. Okay, so the relationship between food production and livestock, you just go to insert, and I want scatter diagram. Click on it. This is your scatter diagram, and you need to add a trend line. So in a trend line, I want to see more options. So I want it to be linear. Obviously, there's a linear relationship. It seems that if you have, it's a positive linear relationship, which means if you have more food production, you have more livestock. I was imagining it would be the opposite. That's interesting. Display equation on the chart. And the R square as well. We need that. And you can put this on the side. Probably you want to show the axis titles, right? And you want to change this to, for example, livestock production, livestock versus food production. Right? Right. And I have the livestock on the right. So livestock. And here, what did I do? I just want livestock. Livestock. And here, food production. And simply, that's it. I would assume that phase 2 wouldn't take from you more than an hour. So good luck.